All right, y'all, what is going on? Happy Wednesday to everybody. March 18th, 2020, a new day and a new opportunity to get better. And no matter what we're looking at, no matter what our circumstances are, we have the capacity to choose to improve upon our old selves, and that is exactly what we are going to do today. That is exactly why you guys are here. So let's make that happen. And on today's episode, we're going to be talking about working out. And more specifically, in my opinion, why working out is the perfect parallel for life. And I choose to think about it like this. When we step into the weight room, or we go outside for a run, or we want to pick up a barbell, a dumbbell, anything like that, it doesn't matter who we are. It doesn't matter what our name is. It doesn't matter what our title is at work, what our rank is at work, who mommy and daddy are, what kind of car I drive, how much money I got, what my house looks like. None of that stuff matters. And when we think about life, the vast majority of everything that is going on in the outside world, where else can you say that is the case and that is the situation? I would argue not very many places. And that's the most beautiful thing about working out and about the weight room and about rigorous physical activity. Because the other side of the coin is that sometimes where you are from, or who your parents are, or what your title is at work, you can rest on those laurels a little bit. And that's okay. Or maybe you're afforded more opportunities than some other people. And I'm not here to debate if that's good or bad, or happy or sad. That's just fact. That's just the reality of the situation. But when it comes to the weight room, and it comes to working out, I choose to focus on three things that anybody can bring to the table. Number one is effort. What you gonna bring? How hard are you going to work? What does your effort look like when it comes to working out? Number two, what's your attitude? You positive, you negative, you're gonna persevere. What's that look like for yourself? What's your attitude rocking like? Okay, and number three, and my most favorite, is consistency. You gonna come in once every 2 weeks and complain that you're not seeing results? Well, there's probably a reason for that. You need to be in there 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times a week getting it in. Okay, so again, effort, attitude, and consistency are gonna be the direct kind of drivers of the results you wanna see in the weight room. Because again, the weight doesn't care. You say you're strong. You've been talking to your boys. You've been talking to your girls. Yeah, I'm strong. I'm in shape. Okay, bet. Come on in there and show me. Can you lift the weight or not? Because if you can't, clearly you haven't been putting in the work. Because if you have, you'd probably be able to lift that weight. But if not, that's on you. And sometimes, again, when it comes to different situations in life, you can't say the same. And what a phenomenal lesson to learn, right? Maybe you do want to get that promotion at work. Are you going to give the effort? Are you going to bring a good attitude to the table? Are you going to be consistent in trying to make that happen? Is that going to guarantee you that result? No, sir. It never will, and that's okay. That's just a part of life. But it will most certainly give you a better opportunity to make that happen. Or maybe you want to have a better relationship with your spouse. If you come around once every 2 weeks, is that being consistent? Are you bringing a good attitude to the table when you guys are talking about some different stuff? What type of effort? You doing stuff for him? You not doing stuff for him? If you can say yes or no to those situations, then to me that's going to be a direct correlation to what that relationship looks like. And we can learn all that stuff when it comes to working out. That's why I love coaching it. That's why I love doing it, because every single day I am literally practicing for life. So when some sort of resistance gets put in my way, a roadblock, some weights, some wind, that stuff is a direct parallel, a direct metaphor for life. Am I just going to give up and say, no, I'm good? Or if I really do want it, do I want to get stronger? Do I want to get faster? Am I going to work through that stuff to make it happen? So in my work or with my family, when roadblocks are put in front of me, what am I going to do? I've already been there. I've already done that. The same capacity or the same situation is not in play, but the same approaches can still be applied. You learn that by working out. And am I saying that working out's for everybody? In my opinion, yes, it is. I think that's a way of life. I think we should, in some sort of way, get outside and go for a walk or go for a run or lift some weights or go for a swim or something, because as human beings, I think that's just necessary to be a healthy individual and a productive member of society. Am I saying that you have to train like Michael Phelps or LeBron James or Michael Jordan? No, sir, I'm not. But again, I think there are so many things to be learned and to be found when resistance is put in front of you, some pain is put in front of you, some fatigue is put in front of you. What are you going to do in those situations? You're going to learn a lot about yourself. If you do persevere, great, you're off running. If not, the great news is this: you can keep working on it, so one day maybe you will persevere when those same exact situations come up. And am I saying if you get stronger or faster in the weight room, that's going to directly correlate and apply without much effort outside of the weight room walls or working out? No, sir, because you still have to have that capacity as well. But I would argue, again, it gives you a much better chance at doing so because you have worked on those situations in some sort of way when it comes to working out. And that's my 2 cents for today. So I'm going to challenge us to get up off our butts today or whenever you're hearing this or watching this and work out in some capacity. Develop a new habit like I talked about yesterday. And maybe one of those habits is going to be to go take a step in the right direction and get off my butt and work out. Or work out a little bit harder than I have. Or something along those lines. Because it's going to bring benefit to your life. And again, I think it's the perfect parallel for life in general. And there is so much to be learned by those approaches when it comes to working out. So with that, again, happy Wednesday to everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. We are at the midweek point. Let's keep this thing rocking. And again, no matter the circumstance, we can control our inputs, and which is always going to dictate the outputs that we find at the end of the day as well. So y'all have a great one. Let's make it a great one. God bless you all, and we will be right back here tomorrow with some more Coach Koob and or Koob's Corner for stuff for you guys, okay? So God bless you all. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. And again, make it a great one. Coach Koob.